This YouTube video analyzes the crash by MD-21, a mothership, which was a forerunner of the other supersonic plane. It happened on March 5th, 1966. It launched a drone, a D-21. Let's go down and have a look. And as it launched the drone got caught in the ramjet was actually empty, so it was unmanned, so it was meant to take photographs. So what happened was the drone disturbed the airflow past the MD-21. It hit the Blackbird shockwave, there it is there, and tumbled and exploded into the airplane. One pilot died, one ejected safely. Rick Torrick died. Now, again, I'm thinking this is purely innocent. And if we go now through YouTube, we'll see our UFOs start to approach that drone. So let's go in. So this is the ramjet, obviously, being filmed before it explodes. I assume it's the ramjet there. It's called SR-71 Sistering. So that's the sister plane of the SR-71. I'm not sure what it works, what that means. It's obviously the one that superseded, or the SR-71 preceded that one. It came after it. Here we go again. We're seeing UFOs appear. So if I go in the screen there, I can enlarge it, and I'm going to then analyze that object underneath it. And there's one white orb that appears and a dark round black object. Now, one dark black object was seen near the SpaceX crash explosion, where it appeared coming above. When it was directly above the SpaceX, that's when it exploded before launch. And these were probably the objects known as Foo Fighters in World War II. Sometimes the Foo Fighters are very dark, or they were light balls. So obviously these are the same type of phenomenon. There it is there. So it happens at 3:05 precisely. Let's go through it step by step. So I've taken a screen capture. I'm going to analyze that. Now we have let's go back all the way. So we can take it slightly back. So this is where it gets released. Okay, here it says July 30th. So it happens at Mach 3. So let's watch it quickly and see how hard it is to pick this up step by step. So there it is there. And that's the explosion. Okay, so, and this is where some of it rolls back and hits the main ship, the main plane. So that's where it takes off the main plane. Okay, let's now go through it step by step, and you'll see how I find these objects. Okay, so you have to go through very carefully. There's one black one appears just behind there. I assume it's very good camera quality, so we probably had very good cameras there in 1966. I don't assume these are artifacts on the film. That's an important assumption. Okay, there's one black one there, so it's just unusual how these artifacts would just appear close to the plane. So it's step by step. You have to. Okay, we got one object there coming. Okay, I'll just pause and do it myself. Okay, at 3:03 we got the dark black object. So it could be similar to the Foo Fighters in World War II. There it is, it just appeared behind it. So what I'll do here, I'll take a screen capture, edit it, and also zoom in. So when I zoom in, it's very dark. I don't think it's a glitch on the film, okay? Quite a few of these that I've filmed, they come very quickly near the plane. And you'll see those in my previous videos. So I'll just pause that and take screen capture. I caught this just a brief frame after the first one. That's a much better one to analyze. I'll zoom in. Lost it there, sorry about that. I'll zoom in now. And that's C1. There it is there. something is there. So I hopefully won't lose it this time. I exit, and let me just do a screen capture. At 3:04, we got one more there. And I'll analyze this at the end. So basically, we've got one more dark one up here. Now, they can switch off. I've seen these orbs and that 1 second they're there, and then they switch off. There's no color. That's at 3:04. There's one more there. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen. Right there. That's a very dark one. Let's zoom in and see what we can do with this one. Go down, 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 down. Should be more further to the left, right? There it is. It's very dark, that one. So it's at 3:06. There seems to be too many of these things happening. So let's go see if we can catch any more. Okay, that's when obviously something happened. So the precise moment the black one appeared, that's when we get problems happening with the plane. There's one orb appears down the bottom. So let's try to go back and catch the orb. There's one white orb that appears under the bottom, and you can see how hard this is. Okay, there's that object I caught before coming under there. There's that dark black one underneath. There's that white orb. We got it. Okay. It's right there. So there's too many of these things happening now. Let's zoom in. I don't think there are glitches on the film, okay? The film was 1966. There it is there. And I filmed one of those approach the Space Shuttle Challenger before the explosion. That's been edited from all 3 copies of NASA Van 2 on YouTube, and that's on. But I did actually save that. 3 rays emerged 10 seconds before the explosion. Many people saw these UFO orbs after the explosion. That's why I analysed it. So then they appeared at the Space Shuttle Columbia approaching it before that explosion. So don't take these balls of white light as being innocent or benign. So there it is there. Perfect. Okay. Let's now see. We've got everything now. Okay. Let's go analyse the photos. Actually not. There's one more black one approaches it as well when we have some smoke trailing from the back. The smoke appeared when the white orb appeared under it. And these switch on and off very quickly. And that was seen during the Space Shuttle explosion as well. So I filmed many of these UFOs approach military planes during air shows before crashes. You'll see in my YouTube channel. So let's zoom in on this one. This is a very important picture. Let's zoom in. And there it is, right there underneath it. Fantastic. Let's zoom out. Okay, these are all the ones that appear. Just before we analyse the photos now of that tragic crash, we should remind ourselves of the SpaceX explosion 2016, a black object similar to the Foo Fighter black objects that followed the Allied planes and the German planes. One was just over and approached the launch when the explosion happened, right there. And this was analysed by other people on YouTube. I didn't find this. Also, you'll see in my analysis previously where 2 orbs approached the shuttle Columbia before the explosion. Also, the crash of the Tupolev 144, that rod appears to intersect it just before it loses control there. So that's also in my analysis there. That rod just intersects it straight away. As the second plane approaches the towers during September 11 hijacking, the second plane, as it flies, there's 2 orbs observing this, so maybe they saw the first accident and came closer to have a look. And this is the UFO orb that appeared to go right through the cockpit of the Tupolev, or the Sukhoi, so it's Su-27 in 2009 in Poland. Radom was the town. So there it is just before it approaches. SU-27. Now I do communicate with a lot of these orbs. It's telepathic, same as Robert Bingham in the USA. And you'll concentrate in one spot, regular spot, and they'll just appear. So I traced one of these red orbs there, and it was just about sunset, so it's just travelling away. Then I spotted it near that rod. So it seems as though that bright side is where the orb comes out of or goes back into. That's the mothership. It sounds crazy, but there it is. I caught it on camera. These things shouldn't be happening, but they are. Now I'll go through, finally, the pictures now of this accident. Well, here they are. Here's the first unusual object underneath. It is totally bizarre. There it is there. And I'll go to the next frame. So that's a bit higher zoom there. And yet, there it is. It appeared under it. There's that black object. It appeared close, and then we caught it a bit further away around the other spot. There it is there again. Same as the Foo Fighters in World War II. The Allies and the Germans had the same thing. We'll go to that shot where it appears behind it. There. So I just jumped a few there. That's the one where it appears behind. So first it was in that spot, and there it is there. That's amazing. Look at that. That's a higher zoom of that black object, just as it was caught one frame probably going further back. That's the tail of the drone, and there it is there. It's very definite, so I'm just thinking they can't be artifacts from... This is another black one that appears under it. There it is there. It's very clear. And just after the black one disappears, a white orb appears, and that's when we have the first sign of an explosion happening down the back. And that's what happened when I filmed the Space Shuttle Challenger. A white orb appeared, I think it was 2 minutes 17, instantaneously like this one. And then obviously there was 3 rays emerge from one side. There it is there. I don't think it's coincidental. And this is finally, obviously, when it has exploded. And there's that orb right there. Very dark. The photo, which is a special one for me, is that one there. It's fantastic. There it is. That object as it appears underneath.